The cosmic web, reality's skeleton. You do not live in empty space. You live inside a structure so vast, so quiet, and so foundational that most human perception systems never register it. Not because it is mystical, not because it is hidden by intention, but because it operates at scales far beyond ordinary sensory resolution. This structure is called the cosmic web, and it is not a metaphor. It is the large-scale skeleton of reality itself. When astronomers map the universe at the largest observable scales, they do not see random distribution. They do not see chaos. They see filaments, gigantic strands of matter stretching across hundreds of millions of light-years, intersecting, branching, connecting. Between these filaments exist vast voids, regions of near emptiness where galaxies are scarce. But along the filaments, density rises, gravity stabilizes, structure forms. Galaxies are not scattered randomly. They are threaded. Imagine a neural network. Now scale it to cosmic proportions. That is the closest visual analogy available without distorting the truth. Clusters of galaxies gather at intersection nodes. Filaments act as connective pathways. Voids act as separation zones. This is not artistic interpretation. This is observable cosmological mapping. Reality, at its largest scale, organizes itself like a web. But here is the deeper layer. The cosmic web is not made primarily of visible matter. Most of its structural integrity is governed by dark matter, not darkness as absence, but dark as in non-luminous, non-interacting with light in conventional ways, yet gravitationally dominant, invisible to the eye, visible through its influence. If you could remove dark matter from the universe, the web collapses. Galaxies would not hold together. Clusters would disperse. Large-scale structure would fail to stabilize. Dark matter is the scaffolding. Visible matter is the decoration. This leads to a non-intuitive realization. What you can see is not what holds reality together. What you cannot see determines the architecture. The cosmic web began forming shortly after the early universe cooled enough for matter to respond to gravitational gradients. Tiny fluctuations in density expanded over billions of years. Regions slightly denser than average pulled in more matter. Regions slightly emptier lost structure. Over time, this produced filamentary emergence, not by design, not by intention, but by lawful amplification of initial asymmetry. Gravity does not distribute evenly. It amplifies structure, and structure once formed guides all future formation. This is called gravitational self-organization. Galaxies form along filaments because filaments act as cosmic highways of matter flow. Gas travels along these invisible channels. Dark matter halos anchor formation zones. Stars ignite where density stabilizes. So when you look at a galaxy, you are not looking at an isolated object. You are looking at a node in a universal network. Now observe the implication carefully. If reality has a skeleton, then space is not uniform emptiness. It is structured emptiness, weighted, curved, guided by distribution fields. On smaller scales, your brain forms neural networks. On planetary scales, ecosystems form interdependent webs. On cosmic scales, the universe forms filament networks. Different scale, same structural principle, connectivity over randomness. But the cosmic web is not static. It is dynamic. Matter flows along filaments. Galaxies migrate. Clusters merge. Voids expand. This is a living architecture without biological life, movement without intention, order without a central controller. Now we go deeper, because the web is not just spatial, it is informational. Every gravitational interaction is a signal exchange. Every mass distribution reshapes space-time curvature. Every curvature shift alters future matter movement. This creates a feedback system operating across billions of light years. The cosmic web is therefore a structural network, a gravitational network, an informational network, a stability network, all at once. Here is what most explanations omit. The web is not merely a result of matter. It is also a constraint on matter. It tells matter where it can accumulate, where it can stabilize, where complexity can emerge. In this sense, the cosmic web acts like a cosmic substrate guide. Planets form in galaxies. Galaxies form in filaments. Filaments form within the web. Hierarchy of structure guided by underlying distribution fields, not randomness, not accident, but lawful emergence from initial conditions. Another overlooked truth. The voids are just as important as the filaments. Absence shapes presence. Low-density regions allow contrast. Contrast allows flow. Flow allows structure. Without voids, there would be no web, only uniform dispersion. And uniform dispersion cannot produce complexity. Now shift perception. You are not located in an isolated cosmic bubble. You exist inside one filament strand of an incomprehensibly large network. Your galaxy, the Milky Way, is embedded within this web structure, moving through it, gravitationally interacting with it, structurally bound to it. This means your physical existence is indirectly supported by a cosmic scale skeletal system, not symbolically, literally. And yet, the cosmic web is silent. No sound, no light signature visible to human eyes, no sensory interface for biological detection. It operates entirely beyond evolutionary perception bandwidth because survival did not require cosmic scale awareness, only local environmental awareness. But detection instruments change that. Gravitational lensing measurements, large-scale redshift surveys, cosmic microwave background mapping, all independently confirm non-random filament distribution. Multiple methodologies, same structural conclusion. Reality has a skeleton, and that skeleton is measurable. Now consider a deeper philosophical implication without distortion. If structure exists before localized formation, then structure is more fundamental than objects. Objects are temporary condensations. Structure is persistent architecture. Stars die, galaxies collide, matter transforms, but the web framework remains as a guiding distribution pattern. It evolves slowly, but it does not vanish. This reframes how we understand existence. You are not just inside space. You are inside structured space-time topology shaped by invisible mass distribution. Your location in the universe is not random coordinates. It is a position within a filamentary network that has been stabilizing for billions of years. And here is the most grounded realization. The cosmic web does not care about perception. It existed before observers. It will exist after observers. It is not dependent on belief. It is a structural consequence of physical law operating over time. No mythology required, no mysticism required, no exaggeration required, only observation, measurement, and scale-aware reasoning. Dark matter, decode principle. What is unseen is often structurally primary. What is visible is often structurally secondary. The cosmic web is not decoration. It is the skeletal framework that allows galaxies, stars, and planetary systems to exist in stable distributions. Without the web, reality would not look like reality. It would look like diffuse chaos. So the next time you look into the night sky, understand this. You are not looking at scattered lights. You are looking at illuminated nodes on an invisible cosmic skeleton stretching across the observable universe. Silent, precise, unimaginably vast, and always present. Dark Matter Decode, translating the invisible structures that shape visible reality.